it was hard, but it wasn't as hard as it would have been had y'all been together longer because y'all knew each other families.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The
And
families.
so I always thought that there was something special about like dating a woman who you not only fall in love with her, but you fall in love with her family. Because I think that is extremely important to fall in love with her family because a lot of us today, we got this Bonnie and Clyde mentality and we got that us against the world, me and you, me and my girl, all I need is my girlfriend. And I think I am serious about it taking a village to raise a child. And I think that, men need to have their friends and their friend group and be close to mama and daddy and all that. And same thing with women. When you find that people are close, that they got a close relationship with family and friends, they have a tribe. They seem to be better off.
A little more stable. It's a foundation. And we were young. We were just kids, not knowing what we was doing. We was just in the moment, just kids. And, so it was a learning process because, that was the first time that I got my heart broken as being in a relationship because I've been in, that was like my first probably real relationship. So
who broke it off?
I think I did. I don't remember, but I remember going into my mom's room and sitting down with my mother. That was probably the first time as a kid. I might have been, I don't know how old I was, but and crying on my mom's shoulder, I believe. So that was probably the first time I could say I think I experienced heartbreak was when and I then shortly moved to LA after that.
How did you get through it?
Well, as a child star and a kid in a business that we're in, the world is like
it's constantly moving.
Oh yeah,
everything's constantly evolving.
And there was plenty of options.
Yeah,
especially when I got to LA, it was like but that still took time to heal from that. But you're just young. When you're young, man, listen, you can bounce back from anything quickly. It's not a long process. You think it's the end of the world, but you realize there's so much more. There's so much more living to do.
Do you think that if you had met, do you think that if you and Stacy had dated later in life, that y'all could have made a longer run?
I don't know, because when I believe in destiny, I believe in where you're supposed to be ultimately. I'm here because this is where it was supposed to take me. We all got we go down these paths. We all got our own path that we have to go down. And it is to take you and lead you to where you're ultimately supposed to be. And I don't think I could sit here and say all day long, I think we'd have been together 30 years, but probably maybe not. Because if that wasn't ultimately where I was supposed to be, I don't know. It was just a part of the process of moving on into the journey. And that's why I say it's hard for a man to run a race with his head turned backwards. We have to look ahead, and we have to understand that the things that we look back at and say, if I had never done this, then I could have done this, and this would have been this, and I could have been this, and we could have made this much money. It's like sometimes all of that stuff is all a part of the journey, a part of the process. And what happens is when we get stuck looking back and can't seem to move past that, and those things have so much weight and carries so much on you that everything goes back to that, and you can always keep bringing that up, and that's where you go, man, I wish I would never be living like this no more. I would have never been. You never can move forward. So part of the problem is a man can't run a race with his head turned backwards. Mm-hmm. It's behind you. Yesterday is gone, and you can't get it back. And I don't even control tomorrow. I got to stay in the present, stay in the now. And understand whatever that is that God has given me, whatever it is that I'm dealing with, wherever I'm at this moment, stay present. Because every day we live, we got more days behind us than we do in front of us.
That's right.
And so when we're living in regret or living back and always constantly going back to the past, that's what happens in relationships and all. People start looking back and I should have stayed with this person, and man, that was it, and they did this to me, and they did that, and blah, blah, blah. And you find yourself not being able to. A person is long gone and they still got a hold over you and control over you because you can't even live your life because of the damage that they've done.
Yeah, the person, and sometimes the person is still in our life and they may have harmed us in the past.
Yeah.
And we can't let it go. We're over here crying about something.
Yeah.
And they're over there just happy,
living
as a bird in a tree, just
Yeah.
laughing and living it up, and
Yes.
they're not even thinking about
About-
what they did to you
Yeah.
way back then.